Okay, so in the last video, we talked about habits, the ones that we've built over decades of decluttering. And I got a lot of comments for that video. And the biggest one was this. Okay, I totally get it. But how do I actually turn that one change into progress in my own home? And that's a really good question. I'm so glad you asked it. Because when you're standing in a home that feels filled with too much stuff you no longer need, you want progress, right? But you don't want to turn this into some huge weekend project. So if you're hoping for good news, I got you. You don't need to make this a big project. Yay! Because sometimes changing one habit is the thing that you need to finally get back on track, making progress in your home. Hey there, I'm Tracy Lynn, and I teach women all about right-sized living. And today I want to talk to you about changing the way we approach our homes. So here's the thing. Most of us were taught that progress means fixing a space. You see a mess and you immediately go into fix-it mode. You start cleaning it. You start straightening things up. You move stuff around and you try to make it look better, right? And for a few minutes, it actually feels good. Like, okay, I'm doing something. This is great. But then something happens. You realize there's way more stuff than you remembered in this space. Nothing really has an obvious home, and you hold up this random item wondering how on earth it got there and where it even came from. And the deeper you get, the more those decisions start piling up. Now, you're not just cleaning up, you're making those hard decisions. What stays? What goes? Where does this even belong? And all that hits at once. So what you thought was going to take just a few minutes suddenly turns into this big, overwhelming project. That's when confusion and frustration starts to kick in. So you stop where you're at, you straighten things up, and you just close the drawer. Now you're walking away telling yourself, it's good enough, right? But the problem is you didn't really fix anything. So a few days later, or even the very next day, you're standing in the same spot, looking at the same mess, wondering why you just can't get this done already. That's why progress feels so exhausting. You get close, but never quite all the way there. It's like running on a hamster wheel, always going and going, but there's never really any change happening. But here's the thing about making progress today. You know the kind of progress that actually lasts doesn't start with fixing a space. It starts earlier than that. It starts with one small shift and one very simple question. So here's the part we don't talk about enough. My hair's really bothering me, sorry. The reason so many of us keep getting stuck, it's because we're asking the wrong question. Well, really, it's like a list of questions, right? Do I need this? Do I love this? Do I want this? Does it make me happy? And sure, when you're younger and you only have a few things to look at, that might work just fine, right? But when you get older and you've lived a full, busy, and amazing life, your home is holding layers of things, right? Things from this season on top of things from past season, on top of things the season before that. And running through this whole list of questions like that is incredibly exhausting. I know that firsthand. And I'm sure you know it too, because that's why you're here, right? And it's especially hard when all you really want to know is what you're supposed to keep so you can keep it and move on and get back to your day. You just want answers, right? You just want an answer that you can actually make progress with. The good news is there is only one question that you need to ask. Here it is. Does this item match my life today? That's it. That's all you have to ask. Does this item match my life today? And the answer to that question will determine what happens next. All right, let me show you what I mean. I want you to picture me standing in my kitchen, opening my measuring cup and measuring spoon drawer. Now, here's the thing. This drawer, it's not actually messy, right? Everything is in its spot. I even have this really great organizer specifically for my cups and spoons. So yes, from the outside, it looks like it's working. But every single time I need a measuring cup, I am digging. I've got mismatched sets, multiple versions of the same size, and these teeny tiny measurement numbers that are basically impossible for me to read. And because there's so many of them, it actually takes me forever to find the right one. That's the moment right there. Instead of thinking I need a better organizer or I just need to stack these more neatly, right? I pause, I stop, and I ask the question, does this setup match my life today? And the answer, no, it doesn't. Okay, let me pause for just a second because here's the thing about me. I do not like to cook. Even though I have to cook every single day for the rest of my life, it's not something I enjoy doing, right? So when I'm in the kitchen, I want to grab what I need quickly and move on. And on top of that, my eyes aren't what they used to be. Digging through a pile of tools every time I cook just isn't working for me anymore. I also want things to look nice when I open a drawer. And the fact that none of these match, these cups are all different. My gosh, you guys, some of them are even melted. And I honestly have no idea what happened or why I'm still keeping that same spoon, but I am. It's so annoying to me. So now I have options. First, there are things that clearly don't need to stay, right? All of these mismatched sets, no, they're not helping me. They're actually frustrating me. So yeah, those can go. Next, I look at what actually does make sense to keep. I still need measuring cups and spoons. That hasn't changed. But instead of keeping a bunch of random pieces, it makes more sense for me to have one complete, easy to read set. One that matches and includes the measurements I actually use. So I chuck the mess and upgrade to a new set that works better for me. And now look at the drawer. I didn't empty the entire kitchen. I didn't turn this into a project. I didn't ask myself 20 questions. I noticed the friction. I asked one question and I made a decision that actually improves my daily life. And the best part is you can do the same exact thing. And this is where I really want you to stop and take a breath because what just happened in that drawer wasn't about measuring cups. It was about noticing what slows you down, noticing what irritates you every time you use it, noticing what no longer feels easy. And then instead of just pushing through it, you pause and picture what would make your life easier. For me, that was opening a drawer and being able to see exactly what I need without digging or squinting, right? That's it. That moment of clarity is where progress actually starts. Not with fixing everything in one shot, but with seeing what would make this space work better for the life you're living today. Nothing dramatic, just intentional choices that make your everyday life easier. Okay. Whew. I had some tongue twisters in this one. Sorry about that. But real life, y'all, sometimes I stumble over my words. All right. So if you take anything away from this talk today, let it be this. You don't need a big plan or an exhausting weekend to try to fix your entire home in one shot. What you do need is a way to pause and notice so you can ask yourself what actually makes your life easier right now. That's it. That's all you need. It's the pause and notice that's been missing from your routine. And it really, really is a game changer. Okay, that's all I have for you today. If this was helpful, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help more women find this channel. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button because this is exactly the kind of thing we talk about around here. I'd also love for you to leave me a comment and tell me what's one small space in your home that's been totally frustrating you today, last week, all the time. Oh, and if there's a video or a topic you've been struggling with or a video you would love to see me do, let me know that in the comments as well. Yes, I read them all. Yes, I keep a list and I'm trying really hard to get those videos filmed for you. I just want this place to be a space that you can come back to when you need encouragement, guidance, or maybe to laugh at all of my mistakes. Remember, you're not doing this wrong. You are doing amazing. And I am here cheering you along every step of the way. Okay, again, I'm Tracy Lynn. Take care and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.